I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Anticipation is bouncing for today's game, where we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Packers going up against the Falcons. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call on this Week 3 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. From the home of the Falcons since 1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle there by Clay Matthews. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And a man, as we look at the starters now, a man who really has earned us talking about him in the booth, Julio Jones.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver each and every year. So sleek, so wonderful. I call him Secretariat.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
I saw that shit.
A play like that with how far he had to go to make that sack shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
3rd and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
Rodgers now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
Easy.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They give him 13 yards there on the play. First set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That's going to be caught at the 10.
But this is so cheap.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Take that play off again.
That'll be taken in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This is Coleman. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And they will...
Put that right in there, man. Let me quit this shit.
Simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's Ryan to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Here's Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a loose football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Coleman now. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I never seen nobody run Pro Bowl all game, man.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway. They come out here in the eye. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. He's going to air one out.
Oh my God, bro. This game is so fucked.
Touchdown, Packers. Their big-bodied receiver, 96 yards.
This game's so fucking cheap, man.
Lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 14 there, and the Falcons are going to get a first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the
man, how is this nigga all over the
shit? Usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. This is taken at about the 14. They juked him. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Throwing over the middle.
God, that's ridiculous. That dude keep coming through like that, man.
This has not been his game. It's probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off. not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that.
Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Now Rodgers. He's going to let it go again. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to float this. Oh, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
They go play action here on first down. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A big play there with an acrobatic catch. And the Packers continue to roll. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. We take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. His throw caught at about the 5. And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They come out here in the eye. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. They'll get 17 yards there. And that leads to an Atlanta first down. And quickly, they get to the line. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys. You always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
3 down, 3 down. Here we go now. Green.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding time. And he
Bro,
can't
what
find
the
the receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Daniels. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And no escaping this time.
Bro, that shit is cheating, man. How's he getting through like that?
Daniels in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him of the year. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Chris Polk, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Yeah.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. Shreds the tackle. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Surveying the field, going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Well,